Hey, it's Sherry, an independent consultant for Pampered Chef. Today I'm going to make for you Cinnamon Caramel Cheesecake Squares. Don't say that too fast. In this classic batter bowl I have 2 packages of cream cheese, and I have whipped an egg, 1 egg, half cup of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla with this mini whisk, and then we're going to pour them together. And then we're gonna beat them with a spoon. Now, I know a lot of people like to use a whisk on cream cheese, but me and a whisk and cream cheese, we are not friends. And so I use this great big teak spoon to get all that mixed up. And then when it gets about ready, I'll switch to the whisk. So, you know how sometimes cream cheese is a little bit hard to work up, but look what a great job this big spoon is doing on this whisk. Now this is all that goes into the filling, and we're gonna put this great tasting filling in between 2 pieces of crescent rolls, and we're gonna cook it on the bar pan, stone bar pan. I know Pampered Chef is having some trouble getting their stone bar pans, but the Pampered Chef business has increased so much. That business is just amazing. You see what I said about not being friends with whisk and cream cheese? I should have stuck with my big old fine spoon. There we go. You can bet I won't do that again. Bang it on the edge, you know. Remember, I love banging stuff on the edge of a pan. What a great sound. Now we're rocking and rolling. Okie dokie, we've got that ready. Now we're going to work on the crust. You'll need 2 packages of crescent rolls, and we're going to roll them out into the bar pan, the stone bar pan, and we're going to use the baker's roller to try to get rid of any it's going to be real easy so I can get this. We're going to use the baker's roller and try to get it more into the size of the pan, and use a little flour on your roller. Ooh, that's working out nicely. You're not going to get it, well, if you're better than I am, you could probably get it to exactly the size of the bar pan. I think close enough is good enough. Now, we're going to put our cheese mixture right on that. And spread it to the edges. Wow, I'm already thinking I like this. All of the products we use in today's video will be listed after the video, and my website and the recipe. I did use another package, and I rolled it out to be approximately the same size as the bottom one. And what I'm going to do is just bring up the edges and contain that cream cheese just a little bit. Well, looky there. That almost looks like a rough pastry, and it's going to be great. We're going to stick it in a 350-degree oven, and I'll be right back. It's time to take the cheesecake squares out of the oven. Now I'm telling you, if you're not impressed, you should be. And now I'm going to use my jar opener, and I'm going to open this jar of caramel flavored topping. It's about 12 ounces, and I'm not going to use quite half of that. And what I'm going to do is just pour it on, and then I'm going to spread it over the edges. And then comes the cinnamon and sugar topping, and we'll let it sit a while before we get to taste it, which is not going to be easy for me to do. Let's just put a big old daub in the middle there. I'm going to put a little bit more. I guess you can go wrong and have too much caramel, excuse me. Ooh, I'm telling you what. That is a good looking thing. And now I have Pampered Chef Cinnamon Plus, a tablespoon mixed with a ½ cup of sugar. And I'm just going to sprinkle it on there. And I think I'm going to do this by feel. And when I like the looks of it, I'm going to quit. And that hot, straight out of the oven cheesecake squares is going to help melt the sugar on that cinnamon, in this cinnamon sugar mixture. And that lovely caramel causes it to stick. Aren't we lucky? So here you go. In a few minutes, I'm going to taste this for you, and you'll see how wonderful it is. Here we are with the caramel cheesecake squares. They've been sitting about 10 minutes, and they've cooled off enough to let us cut it. And I'm going to use a pizza cutter. Oh, it just looks luscious. I know you don't want a bite of that. I just had to come back and tell you how wonderful this turned out. The cheesecake was a little bit hard the cream cheese was a little bit hard for me to mix up, but what made it wonderful in this is that it stayed together. So it truly has a cheesecake consistency and taste. You want to make this recipe because it is a wonderful thing to have.